I'd like to say good morning to you all. We're starting the service a little differently than we usually do because we're going to be starting with an organ duet. It's kind of coincidental. As I listened to NPR this morning, they were talking about a brand new virtual organ that was installed in New York City, and the organist that's doesn't fit the stereotypical organist mood. And he also said that this is the organ they put in is not your grandmother's organ. And I'm not the kind that usually write in to argue, but I think I took issue a little bit because I think the organ is what you make it. And our organ, it is our grandmother's, grandfather's, great-grandmother's organ, because it's been here since 1927, but we have taken care of it and updated it and added a lot of computerized accessories to it. So it is a very up-to-date, well-working organ. And I wanted to demonstrate for you the sound of the upper organ, which is what we just recently got put back together. In fact, Thursday they were still installing it. The upper organ is located in a very small chamber, a little room, right up over there. And when they took it out because of water damage, and of course it had not been cleaned or anything for these many, many years, they suggested that the room be painted and cleaned up and maybe put something over the, it had like, kind of like acoustical tile on the walls, which absorbed the sound. It's like playing it with a blanket. So I have to thank my son Aaron, who did the bulk of the work in cleaning that out, painting it, and installed with Mark Holmes' advice some, I don't know, cement board maybe they called it or something, but it's got a hard finish to it. And the echo organ is going to sound out so much better than it ever has, you've ever heard it before. So I'm going to demonstrate this before we start the duet with Carol, and I also want to express my appreciation to the choir members and special guests Carol Hubbard and Walter Hager for being here today. I know we're celebrating 40 years, which seems odd. But it certainly wouldn't have been possible without the many musicians here, including family members, who made it such a joy to be here and so creative a place to be. So I think I was forced to stay. I couldn't let you put that. But anyhow, back to business. You're going to hear, first of all, the fern flute, which is a very delicate little flute. Then you're going to hear the string sound of the upper organ. Then you're going to hear a beautiful sound, and you'll know what it is right away. It's called Vox Angelica. It's the voice of angels. And then you're going to hear the pedal added and the full organ sound, finished with the chimes, which the chimes are located there. We haven't been able to use them for many months. So this is the upper organ, and we'll follow that with the organ duet.
pleasure to welcome each of you to this service of worship today. And I would be curious, I don't want to put too fine a point on this, but how many of you are not members but are here today because you have some special connection with Mary Kae and the music program and that brought you out? Very nice. Thank you. A surprise appearance was with a group called, I think it's Flutes Unlimited. That was supposed to be a surprise, but somehow it's hard to hide, 10 different people with flutes in their hand. So I think Mary Kae caught on about 20 minutes before worship, but after the long anniversary litany of Thanksgiving, they'll be sharing their music with us. Ed Johnson, I think, would like to make a quick announcement.
Two things. Today, the kids have been collecting for UNICEF, and you'll see the little costume people running around. They're going to be doing that right after church also. They're going to be stationed at exits. So if you have any loose change or dollar bills you would like to donate to the UNICEF program, we would appreciate that. And another thing I wanted to mention is next Sunday in Sunday school, Nancy is going to present a presentation on her and Michael's trip to Mexico. I think Michael's going to be the technical advisor for her, and Nancy's going to do the presentation. So if you can be there at 9 o'clock next Sunday, we'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Do you want to comment on Oktoberfest?
I just wanted to invite everyone to the annual Church Peace Oktoberfest, which will be held, I think the poster on the backs of your program says Saturday, October 31st. It's actually Friday, October 31st. And that'll be from 6:30 to 9:30. And it's going to be held at the Elks Lodge, which is on 4th Avenue in Rock Island. And we'll be selling tickets after church, and then also and there'll be $7 for adults and $3 for kids. So,
all right. Well, there are a number of other announcements. I think we have a nice array of flowers this morning. The flowers on the altar are given by the Martinson family in memory of Harvey and Mabel Martinson. Flowers on the pedestal today are given in honor of our daughter's birthdays by the Bernauer family. I think that's the higher pedestal. I'm not positive. And the flowers on the other pedestal are given in honor of Mary Kae Wakenic's 40 years of dedication to making music at the Church of Peace from her family. And the flowers over here are from the service of Velma Calvert. Velma passed away last Monday, and her services were from the church on Friday afternoon. So let us continue in our worship by listening to the chime fanfare. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all ye lands.
Worship the Lord with gladness.
Come into God's presence with thanksgiving.
In God's house with praise.
For our God is good.
With steadfast love and endures forever.
Thank you.